All right, welcome back to Middle Township. Brian Kniff alongside Tyler Donahue. Cape Atlantic League playoff between Middle Township and Sacred Heart here on special sports broadcast on 106.3 WJSE, the Rock Alternative. Sacred Heart with the basketball. And driving through the lane is Siani Carter and gets the first basket of the game on the first possession of the game. Siani Carter, Kayla Smith, Ali Ferrucci, Mandy Birch, Kennedy Johnson are your starters for Sacred Heart. Wearing the dark away uniforms if you're watching online. Middle Township wearing the home whites. Rushed shot there by Olivia Schwartz, who's the lone senior on Middle Township's team. And now Sacred Heart going the other way. Pass in the post, and now we have a foul. Foul will go against Lauren Legler. Legler and Schwartz, along with Olivia Salvo, are the forwards. Juliana Rigitano and recent 1,000-point scorer Lauren Fields are in the backcourt for Middle Township, wearing the home whites. Sacred Heart inbounds. They lob it back to Johnson. Now it's Ferrucci on the right wing. Brings it back out to Carter. Carter, top of the key against Rigitano, goes right side to Ferrucci. Now it's Kennedy Johnson, top of the key, long jump shot from 18 feet. Is no good off the back of the iron. Lauren Legler, the rebound for Middle Township. Flips up to Lauren Fields. Olivia Schwartz. Olivia Salvo, now back to Legler. Schwartz, a straight on three, off the rim, no good. Rebound comes down to Ferrucci.
Remember, Schwartz, the only senior member of this Middle Township team. A young group, lost a lot of players from that South Jersey champion.
Left side is Carter, now Ferrucci. Right side to Kennedy Johnson. Lobs it in the post to Smith. Smith lost it. Legler picks up the loose ball. Here comes Middle. Fields trots it down the floor, goes right down the center of the lane. Tried to shovel a pass over. It went off the leg of Kennedy Johnson. Now we have a jump ball possession to Middle. It's
going to be a tough road to toe for these Middle Township Panthers inside. Kennedy Johnson, Kayla Smith, a lot of height for Sacred Heart that Middle Township is desperately lacking. They are a perimeter shooting team.
Johnson and Birch are Sacred Heart's leading scorers. Here's Fields, who is one of the Cape Atlantic League's top scorers, weaving her way through the lane, then lost it as Mandy Birch stripped it away, and now it's Birch with the basketball. Takes it up the right wing, drives. Good defense coming from help side by Olivia Schwartz. And there's a block shot, and Middle Township has the basketball. Here's Schwartz on the left side. Sacred Heart and straight up man-to-man. Here is Legler. Legler to Salvo, right side to Fields. Now it's Schwartz. Salvo again to Legler. Legler fakes a three, drives, is shut off. Kicks it out to Salvo. Salvo's 17-footer is no good short. And here comes Carter for Sacred Heart.
Middle Township off to a slow start so far.
2-0 Sacred Heart on top. They have the ball. Carter holds against the straight-up man-to-man by Middle. They'll play that mostly. Once in a while, they'll go to zone. They throw it in the post to Johnson. No good. Rebound Smith. In and out. And Legler the rebound for Middle Township.
It's 3 misses in the paint so far for Sacred Heart. A bit uncharacteristic for these Lions.
Here is Fields. Fields for 3. That goes in and out. Rebound comes down to Smith. So Middle Township still scoreless. We're inside 5 minutes to go first quarter. Sacred Heart leads 2-0. Cape Atlantic League playoff. Middle Township the 4 seed, Sacred Heart the 5 seed, bidding the winner of this game, bidding for a spot in the CAL semifinals on Wednesday at St. Augustine Prep. Long three is no good by Carter. Good box out by Lauren Fields underneath against a much taller player. She gets the rebound. Rigitano in the front court gives it back to Fields. Middle coach John Leahy calls a play from the bench. Fields goes right down the lane, though, but missed the layup. And Sacred Heart has the basketball.
Approaching the midway point of this first quarter, Sacred Heart with just 1 basket. Middle Township still has not hit a field goal from the floor.
Here's Birch. Birch trying to use Johnson's screen. Ferrucci now flips it over to Carter. Carter, top of the key, goes back to Birch. Carter now on the left side. She tries a three, and it's good. And Siani Carter has all 5 points for Sacred Heart. They lead at 5-0.
She leads this team in three-pointers, Brian. 27 on the season entering this contest.
Right side, Rigitano for Middle Township. Now it's Salvo, swung left side, Schwartz. Schwartz for three. That's in and out. Rebound will go off of Middle and out of bounds. And one thing of note, especially against this Sacred Heart team trying to battle Johnson and Smith down low, Holly McKegg is out with a shoulder injury.
Yeah.
She will not play tonight.
I've seen Middle fight this battle last week against Ocean City, and Duggan was able to do damage with a tall Ocean City lineup. We'll see if Middle can learn some things from that contest.
Erin Ruski in the game for Middle. She's the first sub for either team. Johnson in the post, and she lays it up and in right off the pass from Siani Carter, and it's 7-0 Sacred Heart. Timeout, Middle Township.
And there's
Back at Middle Township High School, Brian Kniff, Tyler Donahue, special Cape Atlantic League girls basketball playoff broadcast here on 106.3 WJSE, the Rock Alternative. We'll have the boys game between these same schools coming up at 7. You can hear Wildwood Catholic and Holy Spirit on our sister station, 98.7 The Coast at 7 o'clock. Here's Lauren Fields for three for Middle Township. The Panthers cannot by a basket right now. There's a whistle as the ball off the rim hit a supporting wire. So that's out of bounds. Possession to Sacred Heart, who leads at 7-0. 2:35 to go first quarter. Carter, a backdoor look for Birch. Birch along the baseline. Little left-handed jump hook is good, and it's 9-0 Sacred Heart.
Nice move there by Birch. Working her way inside, saw a big run from her last year during the Cape Atlantic League playoffs. Really the leader of this team's backcourt, and she does a great job of getting underneath of the opposition's skins on the defensive end right now, trailing Legler on defense.
Here's Schwartz for three. It's short. Salvo follows it up, no good. Follows it up again. That got blocked and out of bounds. Middle will have possession. 2:04 to go in the first quarter. Fields the inbound, got it into Schwartz, shovels it up, and finally Middle gets a friendly roll in their first basket with 1:58 to go in the first. 9-2 Sacred Heart, a lead in the basketball. Front end of a girl-boys CAL playoff doubleheader between these same two schools. We'll have the boys game coming up at 7 o'clock. Siani Carter flips it over to Ali Ferrucci. Middle Township is in a 2-3 zone here. High post to Kennedy Johnson. In the corner to Birch. Birch again in the corner, fires a three, and rattles it home.
She is apt to do that. Second on the team in three-pointers this season. Hits one from the corner. She's got 5 straight now for Sacred Heart.
Ruski in the corner to Salvo. Now it's Schwartz. Left side to Fields. Fields. Nice move around Carter. Well, some contact down there. No foul called. But the rebound goes right to Legler, and she spins it up off the glass and in. Carter with it for Sacred Heart, Middle Township. On defense here. They get it in the post to Kennedy Johnson. Spins and is fouled by Legler.
Strong effort there inside by Lauren Legler. She was hurt last year. She missed the Cape Atlantic League playoffs. I had a chance to talk to her last night, and she told me it really hurt to watch from the sidelines as Middle Township made its way to the semifinals. And she watched as this Middle Township Panthers team was dismantled by Sacred Heart in the semifinal action at St. Augustine Prep High School last year. Middle Township nearly doubled on the scoreboard. It was an embarrassing loss to end their Cape Atlantic League run as Kennedy Johnson hits her first free throw to push the lead to 13-4.
Second free throw's no good. Middle Township the rebound. Fields gets it up to Schwartz. Schwartz to Ruski. Ruski kicks it to Fields. Fields in the corner. Inside 30 seconds to go first quarter. Swung over. Good ball movement here. Schwartz for three. Off the iron, no good. Good rebound by Salvo. Middle trailing 13-4. Perhaps they hold for one shot here. 15 seconds to go, but instead Fields goes to the basket, misses a left-handed scoop shot, and now Sacred Heart pushing with 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Birch flips it over to Carter. 4 seconds to go. Carter to Birch. Birch around Johnson's screen. Goes to Ferrucci for three. No good at the buzzer. At the end of one, it's all Sacred Heart. 13-4, they lead it. Back after this on WJSC, the Rock Alternative. Tell them 30 seconds, please. Well, all right, go. All right, go a minute, I guess.
Jeez, Matt, I feel like you're trying to land Apollo 13 or something.
We got to come back. Back in Middle Township, Brian Kniff, Tyler Donahue, 13-4. Sacred Heart leads Cape Atlantic League Girls Playoff. Start of the second quarter here. Sacred Heart with this 9-point lead and the ball. Here's Carter on the left side. Goes right side to Ferrucci. Ferrucci bounces to Johnson in the post. Try to pass across to Smith, and it was tipped away and stolen by Schwartz. Here's Legler across midcourt for Middle. Bounces over to Fields on the right side. To Olivia Schwartz, now left wing to Salvo. Salvo goes to Rusky. Now it's Fields, and in the corner to Schwartz. Rusky, dribble drive, kicks out to Schwartz. Thought about a three. Now gets into the top of the lane and is fouled from behind by Smith. So Olivia Schwartz will get 2 shots here. First trip to the line for Middle Township.
Nice effort for Schwartz so far. She's got a lot on her plate today on the defensive end, contending with Kennedy Johnson and Kayla Smith inside. She's also going to need to be counted on for a good 8 to 12 points in this contest if Middle really wants to take it to Sacred Heart. And she misses the first of 2 free throw attempts for Schwartz. Again, the only senior on Middle Township. Saw a lot of their main players depart to graduation after winning a South Jersey Group 2 championship last year. And Sacred Heart, the reigning Cape Atlantic League champions, come into town for this opening round playoff game.
Second free throw is also no good. Schwartz is really struggling, and she's probably the best pure shooter on this team, and she just can't get a bucket to go, even a free throw. Birch with it against Rusky. Middle really picking up the man-to-man. Tight man-to-man here. Here's Birch. Great shovel pass across, finding Smith wide open on the opposite block, and she lays it up and in. Schwartz goes to Rusky. Rusky down the lane, kicks out. Here's Schwartz with a foot on the three-point line. No good, in and out again. Good job by Salvo to track down the rebound. Goes to Fields. Legler in the corner to Rusky. To a cutting Schwartz. That layup attempt is no good. And here comes Carter across midcourt. Cross-court pass to Birch. Birch holds on the left wing against Rusky's defense. Back to Carter between the 2 circles. Crossover dribble. Takes it down the left side. Tough shot in traffic. No good. Here's the rebound by Salvo. Got it to Legler. Legler across midcourt. Her team down 15-4. Rusky in the corner. Goes back to Schwartz. Now it's Fields. Fields to Ruski. Ruski holding. Lost the dribble. Got it to Legler in the high post. And now Middle will reset its offense as Fields has it. Fields goes around a player and lost it out of bounds. Looked like she tripped.
It's been that kind of day so far for Lauren Fields.
Yeah, she's a little incredulous right there at that call or lack thereof, but she may have gotten bumped, but you got to play through that, and she just lost it out of bounds.
Struggling so far. She's got 2 turnovers in the paint. The girl that really needs to get going for Middle Township, she does possess the speed to take it to the Sacred Heart team and really push the envelope inside.
Ferrucci, great lob pass down low to Smith. The layup is good, and Middle Township has to call another timeout. It's 17-4 Sacred Heart with 5:13 to go. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout. Back after this on 106.3 The Rock Alternative. Township High School, Brian Kniff, Tyler Donahue, 17-4. It's all Sacred Heart here in this Cape Atlantic League Girls Playoff special sports broadcast here on 106.3 WJSE, The Rock Alternative. Winner of this game will play in the semifinal against the winner of a game that is just about underway up in Ocean City. Ocean City will play Lower Cape May. It's a 5:30 start. The winner of that game plays the winner of this game between Sacred Heart and Middle.
And either way, it's a compelling matchup. Ocean City fell to Sacred Heart in last year's Cape Atlantic League title game. Middle Township, of course, jockeying for position all season with Ocean City losing 2 to the Red Raiders in the National Conference.
Marina Peterson into the game for the first time for Middle. Legler in the high post. Got down the lane and got the friendly roll. And that one looked like it wanted to pop out too, but then it fell down. And Middle just can't get the lid off the rim, but they finally score a bucket there. It's 17-6 Sacred Heart. Ferrucci, high post to Johnson. Swung over to Carter. Now it's Smith. Johnson again on the right side. Back to Birch. Smith again, left wing. Out high to Ferrucci. Ferrucci holds as Sacred Heart shovels it around the perimeter. Now a bad pass there by Birch. Too hot to handle for Kennedy Johnson. It hit her in the chest and went out of bounds. Johnson had good position. That really needed to be a bounce pass there.
Yeah, Birch was taking a tumble, and she sent a rocket streaming towards Johnson. And Johnson's actually gripping her right hand a little bit. Hopefully it didn't get her hurt.
Fields for Middle Township. Goes to Schwartz on the left side. Looking for Legler. Legler, top of the key. Fakes a 3. Dribble penetrates. Kicks to Schwartz. 3 ball. No good. Rebound comes down to Kennedy Johnson. And now Mandy Birch brings it up across the timeline. Right side to Allie Ferrucci. To a cutting Kennedy Johnson, and she is fouled. And she'll go to the line for 2 shots. Not a good foul there. Johnson, the degree of difficulty on that shot, Tyler, was going to be very high. And Schwartz would have been better off just sticking her hand straight up instead of reaching in.
That's the trouble you get in when you face someone with a height advantage like Johnson, who comes in at 6'2". As she's inside, you feel like you're a little bit pressed. As she hits the first free throw here to extend the advantage, 18-6 Sacred Heart. But Johnson, such a finisher inside. A nice run last year in the Cape Atlantic League playoffs, really came into her own, and she continues to emerge as one of the better post players in the league. And she hits both free throws there. 19-6 now, Sacred Heart.
Inside 4 minutes to go, first half. And I think Middle's task here would be just to get it into single digits if they could. But they trail by 13 here with 3:45 to go in the quarter. Fields down the lane, no good but a foul, and she'll get 2 shots.
Lauren Fields is earning everything she can possibly get in this game. Still has not connected from the floor. Had a few nice takes, a couple turnovers there. She takes a tumble. You know, what she lacks in size, she is certainly one of the quicker ball handlers in the Cape Atlantic League. A great first step, able to leave a lot of defenders in her wake, but really struggling today against Sacred Heart's size. And she really struggled against Ocean City here on the court last Tuesday when the Red Raiders came into town and clinched their conference. And it wasn't until the 4th quarter when she scored 14 points where she really found her rhythm. And then the next game after that, as you mentioned, Brian, a fantastic 1,000-point scoring effort for her, a half-court shot nonetheless.
Free throw is no good. Middle's now 0 for 3 from the line. And Danielle McCann has checked in for Middle Township here. Danielle McCann, of course, is one of the best soccer players in the Cape Atlantic League. And a solid role player for this middle team. Fields makes the second foul shot. It's 19-7 Sacred Heart. 3:35 to go first half. Carter right side to Ferrucci. Swung over to Smith. Smith bounces it down low to Johnson. Johnson was tied up and got the ball back. Missed the shot, Fields the rebound, and she is fouled from behind.
Give credit to that on that play to Marianne Peterson, number 33 from Middle Township. Went inside, got it from behind for Kennedy Johnson. Johnson working her way down low one-on-one, and then you had the help defense from Peterson able to force that turnover and a forced shot.
Peterson to Schwartz in the corner to Fields. Fields behind a screen. Gets into the lane, spins, scooping left-handed layup, no good. And then she got her own rebound and was fouled from behind. And Fields will go to the line for 2 shots. Of course, we're going to have the boys' game between these same 2 schools coming up at 7 o'clock. Fields' first foul shot pops in and out. Olivia Salvo comes into the game for Lauren Legler.
Middle Township just 1 for 5 from the free throw line. They need all the free opportunities at points they can afford right now.
Second free throw is good. Fields is 2 for 4 from the line and has just 2 points. It's 19-8. Sacred Heart the lead in the ball. 3 minutes exactly to play in the first half. Carter down the lane. Scooping shot off the glass, no good. Rebound batted around. Nice job by Peterson to come up with the loose ball. And now Middle can cut it further into this Sacred Heart lead here. Peterson fakes a 3 into the lane. Floater, no good. Battles for the rebound. Good job by McCann in there. Kicks out. Fields for 3. It's short. Long rebound comes out to Fields. And they're going to say she stepped on the sideline and is out of bounds. And now Steve DePatri of Sacred Heart wants a timeout. And we're going to take one as well. Back after this with Sacred Heart on top 19-8. Back. Brian Kniff, Tyler Donahue, live at Middle Township High School. Special high school sports broadcast here on the Rock Alternative. Middle Township girls trailing Sacred Heart 19-8, 2:36 to go second quarter. Cape Atlantic League girls playoff. We'll have the boys game coming up at 7 o'clock.
So far, Sacred Heart able to impose their will both ends of the court inside. That was the worry for Middle Township entering this contest. It happened last year. Sacred Heart with a big 47-24 victory over Middle Township in the semifinals of the inaugural Cape Atlantic League bracket. And here they meet again. Different setting, different circumstances, but same result so far. Early lead for the Lions.
Here's Ferrucci. Middle Township tried to double team there. Now we have a foul called. Sacred Heart will inbound on the side as there was a foul there called on Fields. Here's Siani Carter for the Lady Lions. In between the 2 circles, goes right side to Ferrucci. Up high to Kennedy Johnson. Now it's Carter again to Smith. Smith lobs in the post. The pass was tipped. And they're going to say it's out of bounds off of Middle. And now one of the officials is going to come in, and the Middle players actually let the ball go out of bounds. And now they're going to change it. That's a good piece of officiating there. The trail official saw that it was obviously tipped by Sacred Heart.
Again, Peterson on the help defense there. That is the new strategy for Leahy when the ball goes inside of Johnson.
McCann to Peterson to Schwartz, left side to Legler. Fields behind a 3, behind a screen for 3. That's no good. McCann the rebound. Passes out to Schwartz, steps in, 18-footer. That's short. Rebound McCann again, bounces it out to Fields. Sacred Heart coaches wanted a travel or a double dribble called against McCann, but you are allowed to start a dribble with a throw. So if you throw it, you can go retrieve it. That's exactly what she did. Here's McCann driving, and she is fouled.
Aggressive take there by McCann. As you mentioned, a supremely talented soccer player and a vital cog of this Middle Township team. Chance for the Middle to cut this back under double digits. Right now, 19-8 Sacred Heart, 1:30 to go. And Brian, I think so far the story is a lack of production from Olivia Schwartz and Lauren Fields. Between them, just one field goal. Those are two players you really like to count on for Coach John Leahy.
Yeah, well, it's a lack of production for all of them right now. They've only have 3 field goals in the game. And Danielle McCann misses that free throw very badly.
Legler, the only one with 2 buckets today. Lauren Legler, pair of field goals, 1 in each quarter.
Second free throw by McCann. Bounces on the rim 3 times and then falls off. That's been the story of the night for Middle Township. They cannot get a shot to fall. They are now 2 for 8 from the foul line, in addition to their shooting woes from the field. And, of course, they trail at 19-8 with 1:15 to go in the quarter. Here's Ferrucci for 3, and that's good. They call it a long 2. She had a foot on the line. Right wing, 19-footer. So it's 21-8 Sacred Heart. Here's Fields in the corner, using Salvo's screen. Dribble drive, and she is fouled. I'm going to say before the shot, that'll be the 6th team foul against Sacred Heart, so Middle will inbound underneath. Legler checking back in for Middle Township. Replaces McCann.
Middle Township so far empty, coming up empty from beyond the three-point arc. No three-pointers falling so far.
Fields gets it in to Schwartz. Schwartz finally gets a shot to go as she rattles home a 16-footer. 21-10 Sacred Heart on top. 42 seconds to go in the first half. Carter bounces to Birch. Goes up top to Smith. Smith looking in the post. Got it down to Johnson, and the layup is good. They run the high-low there to perfection. Middle Township, with their lack of size, is going to have a hard time defending that all night. Left side, Schwartz tees up a 3. Bang, that one's good. With 16 seconds to go in the half. 10-point game now, 23-13 Sacred Heart on top. Carter goes over to Ferrucci. Ferrucci stops, goes to Birch. 2 seconds to go. Birch, pass was tipped. Nice defense there by Middle to end the quarter. As poorly as Middle played, it's only a 10-point game at halftime. Sacred Heart leads it 23-13. And we'll be back with the halftime report right after this on 106.3 WJSE, the Rock Alternative. All right, go the Panther Den. Cape Atlantic League Girls Playoff, 23-13. Sacred Heart leads Middle Township. Special sports broadcast here on 106.3 WJSE, the Rock Alternative. And we're going to have the boys game coming up between these same 2 schools at 7 o'clock. By the way, we did fail to mention at the top of the broadcast, it is a 3-person officiating crew for this game tonight. It's Sherman Wood, Bruce Campbell, and Chris Sayer. And again, it's Sacred Heart leading Middle 23-13. Middle scoring only 5 field goals in that first half.
Yeah, so far we've seen a lot of effectiveness for the people you'd expect to see it from for Sacred Heart. Kennedy Johnson down low. Mandy Birch with 5 points, including a 3-pointer. Those 2 were members of a team that went deep into the playoffs last year, ultimately winning the Cape Atlantic League title at Stockton College with a win over Ocean City. And on that road, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, they beat these very Middle Township Panthers. Although the Panthers went on to win a South Jersey Group 2 title, they could not get past Sacred Heart in the semifinals of the Cape Atlantic League playoffs last year.
Middle with the ball to start the second half. If you're watching on video, they are moving from left to right across your screen. Here is Fields for Middle Township. Goes to Schwartz for 3. Bang! Good start for Middle. 10 seconds in, Schwartz knocks down a 3, and it's a 7-point game.
She's hit 3 straight shots for a total of 8 points.
Birch for 3, and she knocks it down for Sacred Heart. Defensive mix-up for Middle. She was left wide open. Here's Fields, goes to Schwartz on the left wing. Schwartz to Salvo. Now it's Fields on the right side. Shake and bake move. Couldn't get by Carter. Got it to Legler. Salvo now, foul line jumper, goes off the back of the rim, no good. Here comes Sacred Heart. Siani Carter into the top of the lane. Kicks across to Ferrucci for three and banks it in. Middle can barely buy a shot tonight, and Sacred Heart is banking in three-pointers. Middle had cut it to 7 on the first possession of the half, and now it's 13 again. Legler, a baseline jumper. That one's good.
Team's coming out hot here. 4th total three-pointers for Sacred Heart now on the contest.
Ferrucci guarded by Legler. Over to Smith. Smith in the post to Johnson. Johnson up and under move. Got the layup. What a move by Kennedy Johnson. Fields up nicely to a running Schwartz, who lays it up and in. Schwartz got ahead of the defense. Schwartz now has 12 points. 31-20, Sacred Heart on top. 6:15 to go, third quarter.
Track meet is broken out here at Middle Township High School gym.
Sacred Heart played that whole first half, Tyler, at least as far as I can remember, without substituting. Here's Johnson. She traveled in the post as she caught the pass.
Yeah, I believe you're right. From what I see here, yeah, I think you are correct. It's been Ferrucci, Smith, Carter, Birch, and Johnson throughout the way here for Coach DePatry squad.
Salvo in the post to Legler. Kicks out to Rigitano. Swung to Fields for three. Bang. Good ball movement there by Middle. Great extra pass by Rigitano. Back to an 8-point game at 31-23. And Middle might be a stop or two and a basket or two away from really getting back in this ball game here. Johnson goes in the post to Birch. Tied up nicely by Rigitano. We have a jump ball possession to Sacred Heart.
And that was Lauren Fields' first bucket of the game on the other end. 3-point shot for her, and that's important that she gets going for these Panthers.
Carter in the corner. Ferrucci tees up a three. She's wide open and knocks it down. Timeout, Sacred Heart. They go back up by 11 at 34-23. 5:17 to go, third quarter. Back after this on WJSE, the Rock Alternative. All right. We got to bring it back. They already started. Timeouts have to be all 30-second commercials.
That's a 2 for Schwartz, right?
That was a 3. All right, we are back. Brian Kniff with Tyler Donahue. We did miss a possession. Olivia Schwartz knocked down a 3. It's back to an 8-point game. Sacred Heart leading Middle Township. Here's Ferrucci. Goes to Birch. In the corner, in the post to Johnson. And a traveling violation on Johnson.
Olivia Schwartz is on fire for Middle Township. Over the last span, since that last minute of the second quarter, she has tallied 13 of her 15 points. Pretty impressive, including 3 threes during that span.
And Middle can cut into the Sacred Heart lead. If they score here, it'll be as close as they've been since very early in the game. Legler in the corner. Flips out to Fields. Fields fakes a 3. Down the lane. Floater. Got it. 6-point game. 34-28. Sacred Heart has had a couple of 13-point leads in this game. It's now down to 6. Here's Ferrucci. The ball tipped out of her hands and out of bounds by Legler. Gym starting to fill up as well in anticipation of the boys' game tonight between these same two schools. We'll have it for you here on the Rock Alternative. Ferrucci over to Carter. Carter into the lane to Ferrucci. 17-foot jumper off the iron, no good. Rebound Johnson. Layup is good.
Big bucket for the Lions.
Legler had some trouble getting it in momentarily as Birch was all over Fields, but then Fields got open, and now she brings it up for the Lady Panthers. 36-28 Sacred Heart. Rigitano faked the shot. She traveled.
Crucial last two possessions. Sacred Heart was certainly back on their heels, seeing that lead trimmed to 6. And they get a bucket and now a turnover on the travel.
3:08 to go third quarter. Sacred Heart up 36-28. Ferrucci holding. Got it over to Carter. Carter into the lane. Shot blocked by Schwartz. Rebound Johnson. She traveled? No, we have a jump ball. She was tied up. Possession will go to middle anyway.
Good effort there by Schwartz. She looked a little tentative early in the first quarter. She's been anything but since. The only senior on this Middle Township team rallying the troops, and they have responded in a big way so far. Aggressive defense for Schwartz inside with a couple really difficult defensive matchups, and now 15 points in the game.
The other girls game, one of the other quarterfinals, Ocean City leads Lower Cape May 11-2 after the first quarter. Here's Fields for 3. Off the iron, no good. Long rebound to Schwartz. Shot up, no good. And the rebound trickles out of bounds as Birch does a good job of boxing out Marina Peterson.
And just as I'm praising her composure, we see a little bit of a rush shot there for Schwartz. She had some time to regain her position and put a strong shot up there. I think she rushed that a little bit.
36-28, Sacred Heart the lead in the ball. 2:28 to go in the third quarter. Here's Ferrucci. Goes to Carter on the right wing. Carter down the lane. Great bounce pass across to Smith, and she lays it in. Here's Fields to Schwartz in the corner to Peterson. Peterson back to Fields. Right side to Legler. To Schwartz again. Now Legler on the right wing. Fields now between the two circles, resets the offense for Middle Township. Bounces over to Legler. Now it's Schwartz to Fields. Dribble penetrates. Floater. Got the friendly roll.
Fields now suddenly with 9 points after a very slow start and frustrating first quarter.
38-30, Sacred Heart on top with the ball. Ferrucci in the post to Smith. Nice job by Schwartz to get around her and knock it out of bounds.
Brian, in the first half of this game, Fields and Schwartz combined for 1 field goal. Here in just the third quarter alone, which still has a minute and a half remaining, they have combined for 7 field goals.
Erin Ruski checks in for Schwartz. Ferrucci stepped on the division line. She fumbled the ball off the inbound, went back to retrieve it, and then stepped on the division line for a backcourt violation. Fields working against Carter in between the two circles. Schwartz just checked right back in for middle. Fields dribbling right into a double team. Now it's Salvo, back to Schwartz, tees up a 3. Bang! Schwartz has 3 threes in this quarter and 18 points for the game after a slow start, and it's back to a 5-point game now. Ferrucci looking in the post, can't get it there. Goes out back high to Carter. Carter working against Fields. Now it's Ferrucci. 25 feet from the basket, back to Carter. To Ferrucci again. They got it high post to Johnson. Over to Smith. Jumper is long. Rebound to Fields. Middle can cut further into this lead. Up to Legler. Legler along the baseline. 16-footer. Got it. It is a 3-point game. Middle was down 10 at the half, and as much as 13 at a couple of points in the first half. Actually, early in this third quarter, they were also down 13. 12 seconds to go. Here's Carter with it. Goes back out to Birch. Birch with 8 seconds. Birch against Peterson. Right side. Shovels it up off the glass. No good. Rebound to Fields. Fields from half court. Wow, almost rattled it home. That would have tied the game, but a great comeback for Middle Township here, and we're set up to have a heck of a fourth quarter. Sacred Heart 38, Middle 35, back after this 30-second timeout on 106.3 WJSE, the Rock Alternative. back at Middle Township High School. Middle, after scoring only 13 points in the first half, scores 22 in the third quarter, and they now trail by just 3 as we get set to start this fourth quarter. Cape Atlantic League girls playoff game here on the Rock Alternative WJSE.
Interesting scenario now, 38-35 Sacred Heart. And this is a game that early on looked like the Lions could run away with. It was 17-4 Sacred Heart in the second quarter. Since then, the Panthers, what a comeback they have mounted, highlighted by 16 total points in the third quarter between leaders Lauren Fields and Olivia Schwartz.
Sacred Heart with the ball. They led by as much as 13 early in the third quarter. It's now a 3-point game as we start the fourth. Birch, left side, goes back to Carter. Carter holding against Fields. Goes right side to Ferrucci. Ferrucci out high to Smith. Smith over to Carter. Carter holds. Goes to Kennedy Johnson, top of the key. Right side to Smith. Smith thought about a long jumper. Now goes to Birch. Birch picked up by Peterson. Over to Carter. Carter. Backdoor pass to Johnson. She was too far under the rim. Had to kick it out to Birch. Now it's Carter. Sacred Heart taking a lot of time off the clock on this possession. Turnaround jumper now by Kennedy Johnson is good. Tough shot. 40-35, Sacred Heart on top. Here's Fields. Bounces over to Schwartz. Schwartz has had the hot hand in this game lately. Fields now for 3. That's going to be long, but the long rebound goes to Salvo. Back to Fields. Jumper, good. They call it a 2. Had both feet, both toes on the line, it looked like from here. 40-37, Sacred Heart on top.
Not lacking for confidence there. Two shot attempts for Fields. Second connects.
Carter stops at the left elbow. Goes over to Ferrucci, right wing. Out high to Carter again, top of the key. Right side to Smith. Smith holding to Johnson, high post, stripped, but is fouled. And they're going to say it's on the pass. So Sacred Heart will have possession.
And we went through that entire third quarter without a single foul being called. So the whistles have been silent. That's just the first team foul for anyone, and obviously the first on Middle Township.
Carter to inbound, lobs it out to Ferrucci. Ferrucci back to Carter. Carter, dribble drive, and we are going to have a blocking foul called against Olivia Schwartz, who was a little late getting over and help.
Going to be curious to see how Sacred Heart answers this charge by Middle Township. They've been able to hold them within arm's distance right now. Still a 3-point game, but one possession. Coach DePatry needs to find someone to provide some consistent offense.
Initially, it looks like that they're giving Carter 2 shots here. She was not shooting when that contact occurred. The officials are coming together to discuss it, and now they're going to change it. So good job. This is the second time they did that tonight.
Brian, is that something they do in the playoffs here? Make it more of a point to have like open communication?
Well, you should do it. You should do it all the time, really. Yeah, that's twice they did that tonight, and I think both times they got the calls right. And that's what you're trying to accomplish out here.
Yep.
In the corner now, good inbound play by Carter, or by Sacred Heart, to free Carter for a three-pointer, but she misses it. The rebound goes off of Middle and out of bounds. Sacred Heart leads 40-37, 6:02 to go fourth quarter. Inbound pass taken by Johnson. Now it's Ferrucci. Goes back out high to Carter. Swung over left side to Ferrucci. Looking in the post, can't get it there. Now it is Carter. Over to Ferrucci again. Ferrucci tried to spin it into the post. Stolen away. Great job by Marina Peterson to dive on the floor for loose ball, but then Middle turns it right back over. Here's Carter, passes across, and Kennedy Johnson's layup is good. Not a good outlet pass by Lauren Fields. Middle could have cut it to 1 or tied it with a 3 on that possession. That's a big turnover there, and it's back to a 5-point game. Fields goes to Peterson. Swung over to Legler. Peterson may have gotten away with a walk there. Here's Fields now. Bumped and fouled by Carter.
And now it's really starting to feel like a playoff game here in KBA Courthouse. Both fans getting into it more actively, players getting up in their grill more on the defensive end, and possessions at a premium right now.
I hope they have a defibrillator in this gym, because this guy sitting right below us is about to have a heart attack. He's yelling at the official so much. Yo, dude, there's a little more important things in life. Here's Legler down the lane, no good but a foul, and she'll go to the line for 2 shots. He still hasn't stopped.
Let's see if he sticks around for the boys' game, too, and how long he can last. Want to make note, Middle Township boys basketball team did head to the locker room before this 4th quarter to get ready for the second act of this doubleheader, and Legler drops the first free throw. Middle down by 4 now.
5:09 to play in the basketball game. It's 42-38. Legler's second free throw spins out. So it's a 4-point game. Sacred Heart the lead in the ball. Now it looks like Sacred Heart wants to spread the floor. Carter goes to Birch. Birch over to Ferrucci for 3. Off the iron, no good. Johnson follows it back up and in. Kennedy Johnson right now is the difference in this game. She has 17 points right now. And every time Middle inches closer, Johnson gets another basket. Legler puts it on the floor to break a 5-second count. Got it back to Fields between the 2 circles. Over to Peterson. Peterson to Fields, top of the key. Fields fakes into the lane and is fouled by Smith.
That's the nice job of Lauren Fields to draw contact. Smith aggressively playing defense, didn't necessarily do anything wrong, but Fields is able to get in good position, get the body on the side, and now we have an issue on the Sacred Heart bench. They'd like this one to come on the floor. I don't think that's going to work this time around. Middle Township's Lauren Fields will head to the line. Chance to cut this lead down to 4.
First foul shot is good. Fields now with 12 points in the game. She's 3 of 5 from the line. 44-39, 4:18 to go in the game. And the second free throw is good. So it's Sacred Heart now by 4 at 44-40. Middle showing some pressure here. They lob it ahead to Johnson. Johnson, good cross-court look to Ferrucci. Now it's Birch. Lobs down low. Pass was too high, and Middle has possession now. Fields fakes a 3. Down the lane. Left-handed layup, no good. Legler follows. Got it in a foul.
Oh, my goodness. 1 possession game now. Middle Township down 2 points. Legler with a chance to cut into that.
I think Steve DePatri wants a timeout here.
I think I'd want one too.
He's going to take it. 44-42. Middle has cut Sacred Heart's 13-point lead down to 2. Back after this on 106.3 WJSE, the Rock Alternative. .358 to go in the basketball game. Cape Atlantic League Girls Playoff. Special sports broadcast here on 106.3 WJSE, the Rock Alternative. I'm Brian Kniff alongside Tyler Donahue. It's 44-42. Sacred Heart on top. Middle's Lauren Legler to the line to shoot a free throw to try to cut this lead to 1. This is as close as Middle Township's been since the game started. Sacred Heart scored the first 9 points of the game, and they led by as much as 13 on 3 different occasions. And Middle can now cut it to 1 with Legler's free throw. She's 1 for 2 from the line. She makes it. 44-43 now. Sacred Heart on top. Inside 4 minutes to go.
Legler with 11 points now. 1 of 3 Middle Township Panthers in double digits.
Carter with it as Sacred Heart tries to spread the floor. Birch over to Ferrucci. Ferrucci to Birch again. Birch down the lane, shovels off to Johnson. Layup is good. Every time Sacred Heart needs a bucket, they go to Kennedy Johnson, and she delivers. She's got all 8 of Sacred Heart's points in this fourth quarter. Schwartz to Peterson. Out high to Fields. Middle could tie the game with a 3 on this possession. Fields back to Legler. Legler over to Schwartz. In the corner to Peterson for 3. Bang! Tie game!
Her first points of the game come at the right time. Ties things up here. 3 minutes to go in the final frame.
46 all. Carter goes to Ferrucci. Ferrucci down the lane. Good defense by Schwartz. The rebound goes to Smith. Now to Johnson, and her layup is good. Kennedy Johnson has all 10 of Sacred Heart's points in this quarter.
She would not be denied on the offensive glass there. Nice putback as well.
Legler right side. Cross court to Schwartz. Tees up another 3. Off the iron, no good. Rebound kept alive. Peterson saves it inbounds. Gives Middle another possession. Right side Legler. Sacred Heart's in a zone here. Legler dribble drive, shut off. Cross court to Fields. Fields spins away from Carter's defense. Now bounces it up to Schwartz. Schwartz to Legler. Timeout, Middle Township. 2:05 to go. 48-46. Sacred Heart on top. Back after this. 30-second timeout on 106.3 WJSE, the Rock Alternative. Back at Middle. Lady Panthers trailing by 2. 2 minutes to go in the game. Out of the timeout. Here's Legler right side. Dribble penetrates. Sacred Heart goes back to man here. Here's Fields. Fields around Carter. Into the lane. Floater off the iron. No good. Rebound Johnson for Sacred Heart. And Middle, even though they trail by 2, they might have to think about starting to foul. They actually have 4 fouls to give with 1:32 to go in the game. Here's Smith in the corner, really hounded by Schwartz. And now we have a timeout called by Sacred Heart. It's a 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it here. Keep it here for this 30-second timeout with 1:26 to go in the game. It's 48-46, Sacred Heart on top. And again, Tyler, I think Middle is going to have to – I think Middle is going to want to be very ultra-aggressive on this defensive possession here and you know, basically go for the ball. And if not get a steal, they're going to have to foul.
I almost wonder if Kennedy Johnson gets the ball down low, if your rule of thumb is just to apply the foul immediately. Middle Township right now just 2 team fouls, so it's not like you have players in foul trouble. You're not at risk of forcing someone to pick up number 5. So right now, the way Kennedy Johnson's performing, 10 points in this fourth quarter, totally spearheading Sacred Heart. Maybe you consider applying that foul early in the possession if she gets the ball inside.
Sacred Heart by 2, 1:26 to go in the game. Johnson the inbound. Threw it to Carter. Carter over to Ferrucci. Ferrucci is fouled. And Middle is coming out to foul here. As I said, even though they're only trailing by 2, they just have so many fouls to commit to get to that bonus situation that they need to commit those fouls, maybe get it to 6, and then try to defend for a little bit in hopes for a steal or a missed shot. But you need to get yourself to that option.
And
now we have a foul called. The one official's coming across and calling an intentional foul.
I think it was, Brian. She got a tug on the jersey there, did Fields, against number 20, Tiani Carter. And that's huge.
Wow, the one official came over and wanted to call an intentional foul, and the other overruled him. Johnson, the inbound, throws it into to Birch, and Birch is fouled.
Ooh. That was aggressive defense there by Marianne Peterson. I didn't necessarily see the foul from our angle. She was totally turned around, arms in the air, and Middle Township not making this easy, but now suddenly with 4 personals.
15
5.
Foul on Middle there. And now we have confusion here as the referee handed the ball to the player and then blew his whistle, and everyone kind of stopped, so they're going to reset it here. Now we have a problem at the scorer's table here. The score has just been changed to 48-47. And now 2 of the officials are going over to check this out.
They've got that remedied on the scoreboard now, Brian. 48-46 showing.
Now they just switched it back to 48-46. And what they did, I think you just mentioned it, Tyler, they had the fouls on the wrong side as well.
They'll get that squared away now. Just
so Frank Servino working diligently to rectify that problem on the score clock. So now with 1:17 to go, we are now ready to go. Johnson got it into Carter. Carter is bumped and fouled. That's the 6th team foul. And now let's see if Middle elects to try to just defend for a little bit here. It's only a 1-possession game, and there's still 1:14 left.
A little surprised by that quick application of the foul without really going after the steals.
Johnson, they call a foul on Peterson. I thought they were about to call a violation because I don't know if there was any space there in the air with the ball. It almost looked like Johnson was handing the ball in to Birch, but Birch will go to the line for a 1-and-1 here.
So that's one way to force Sacred Heart to potentially get the ball over. Apply 5 quick fouls in a matter of moments, and Middle Township sends Sacred Heart to the line now, hoping to come away with possession.
All right, here's Birch. She can make it a 2-possession game if she makes both. 1-and-1 is no good. Rebound the Middle Township. Here comes Fields. Clock approaching a minute to go. Panthers trail by 2. Fields working against Carter. Using a ball screen from Legler. Now picked up by Birch. Fields stops on the left wing, goes to Legler. Legler dribbles to the top of the key. And now John Leahy will call a timeout with 53 seconds to go in the basketball game. Timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it here. We said this from the a little bit earlier, Tyler, and Middle Township has never had a lead in this game. The only time it was tied was 0-0. Sacred Heart scored the first 9 points. They've led by 13 on 3 different occasions. Yeah. Middle cut Sacred Heart's lead to 1 a little bit ago. Now it's a 2-point game. Middle has the ball. 53 seconds to go in the game. Possession arrow is in Middle's favor as well.
And if you're Coach John Leahy right now, diagramming up a play, you're probably looking at one of 3 players, Lauren Legler, Olivia Schwartz, or Lauren Fields. Both of them in double figures today. Just one other Panther has scored, Marianne Peterson, who had a 3-pointer in this quarter.
The other thing to look for here, too, is that Sacred Heart has 2 fouls to give. Inbounding is Middle. They get it in the Fields. Fields off of Schwartz's screen. Goes left side to Legler. Legler off of Fields' screen. Brings it out top of the key. Bounces across to Peterson. Schwartz, baseline jumper. No good. Actually, that was Salvo on the jumper, not Schwartz. Schwartz was fouled while gathering the rebound. That will give Middle possession out of bounds with 39 seconds to go.
And how quickly do you want to put a shot up here in this possession? At the
Fields the inbound. Looking. Got it in the Schwartz. Schwartz back to Fields in the corner. Fields, 35 seconds to go. Stops. Couple crossover dribbles. Steps back for 3. Short. Long rebound. Taken by Smith. Her outlet pass goes to Johnson. Middle really needs the foul. And they finally fouled Birch with 22 seconds to go.
Tell you what, Lauren Fields created a nice little look there with the move, set herself up nicely from point blank on the 3-point line, and right off the front of the rim. It looked to be the right trajectory, but No good off the front there, and it'll be, again, Mandy Birch heading to the line, looking to atone for her miss on the last possession, front end of a 1-and-1.
1-and-1 now for Mandy Birch. 22 seconds to go. Free throw is good. And this one here is huge. It can make it a 2-possession game with 22 seconds to go. And that one's good. Fields pushing for middle with 20 seconds to go. Goes up across midcourt. Goes to Legler. Legler, a baseline drive. Kicks it back. Schwartz, 18-footer is good. Timeout, Middle Township with 10 seconds to go.
That is a big-time shot from Olivia Schwartz and a great feed from Legler.
50-48, Sacred Heart on top back after this 30-second timeout. 106.3 WJSE, the Rock Alternative. What? All right, back in Middle Township, Brian Kniff, Tyler Donahue, 50-48. Sacred Heart leads Middle. Cape Atlantic League Girls Playoff. Special sports broadcast here on the Rock Alternative. Sacred Heart will inbound. Middle Township will have to go for a steal and then foul right away. Kennedy Johnson to inbound. Now we have a foul before the ball was even thrown in. And that's going to send Siani Carter to the line for a 1-and-1.
Look at that both ways. It prevents the Panthers from having an opportunity to make a play on the inbounds pass, but at the same time, no time comes off the clock. Still 10.1 seconds remaining here as Sacred Heart has another chance to extend this lead and potentially put it away.
So Carter at the line, if she makes both, might be over. No good, but Kennedy Johnson the rebound. And she is fouled by Legler.
Who else would come down with the ball in a situation like that but Kennedy Johnson? Been huge all quarter with 10 points and big-time post player for these Sacred Heart Lions. Wants to get back to another Cape Atlantic League title, and she's doing the best she can right now.
A monster in this game, and Middle was going to have a hard time matching up with Sacred Heart as it is. But especially without Holly McKegg. This is now 2 shots for Johnson. That free throw's no good. So still a chance for Middle.
Like some time came off the clock there, perhaps.
That time just went off the clock here.
And some of the players actually appeared to think there was a 1-and-1 situation, and they went for the rebound. Of course, at this point, it is a 2 free throw bonus.
John Leahy is upset that time went off the clock here. Said it was 6.5 seconds, he claimed, when the whistle blew, and then all of a sudden they looked up and it was 6. I think what had happened was the clock operator may have thought that that was a 1-and-1 there, and when Johnson missed the shot, he started the clock.
He may have been tricked by the fact that Lauren Legler and Mandy Birch both jumped towards the rebound like it was the front end of a 1-and-1. Either way, we're back to 6.5 here and reset for Kennedy Johnson's second attempt. And if Middle comes down with the rebound, they will have a final shot and chance to tie or win this game.
Got to remember, too, Sacred Heart's got a foul to give. Johnson's second free throw is good. 3-point game. Here's Fields, and she is fouled. They take the foul that they had to give. I think they may have taken it a little too early there, though. But even still, Sacred Heart may elect to foul here. Sacred Heart may elect to foul here rather than have Middle attempt the 3. 5.2 seconds to go. Sacred Heart leads it by 3. Here's Fields. Fields across midcourt. Fields over to Legler, shoots a 2. It's no good. She was inside the 3-point line. Wouldn't have mattered if it had gone in anyway. Buzzer sounds and Sacred Heart hangs on. They win.